You don't know anymore these days, but we're here questioning anyway.
They found out that birds twittering in the morning will help all plant life, like the antennas, because they're giving off a frequency which the plants absorb, and it's a good frequency. The blossoms start opening up. All sorts of wonderful things happen to birds chirping. The rooster crowing the first thing in the morning. It's a wonderful thing. Nature will respond. Well, we're all connected. We're part of nature. That's why go hug a tree when you feel depressed. Listen to the birds chirping away. These are all frequencies which are positive. It will make you feel good. That's why when you go into the forest and you hear the birds in the forest, people, when they go for a walk in the forest, they feel better.
There's no doubt we're disconnected these days. And it's a nice reminder to get out there, touch some grass.
Since November last year, a lot of people have been getting this weird feeling as if there's something off. I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. Your mom doesn't know what it is. No one knows what it is, but it's as if there's something off. And 2025 literally feels as if we're living in a different dimension or a parallel universe.
Is this true? Do we feel off right now?
So then this lady comes along. This is EP17. She's been uploading videos since last week and she's been going viral. Everyone's talking about it. Actually, she's freaking a lot of people out with this supposed conversation that she's having with this entity called 7.
Contact 3, that's us, fails 29,149 days after Contact 1. 4,324 days in your future, which is May 27th. 2025.
So this thing is making crazy predictions about something that's about to happen in May 2025. And at first I thought, this is ridiculous. This is a LARP or a fake story to grab attention. But the deeper I went into this, the more I found this bizarre connection with this theory that the alien orbs that are supposedly coming from the ocean are actually not coming from the ocean. They're actually leaving Earth for some reason.
The creator of the video that I tagged below said something that is actually terrifying. She said, what if the aliens are not coming? They're leaving.
Then there's this bizarre connection with Aleister Crowley's gray alien entity that he talked to, the alien pods.
Aleister Crowley, a very famous occultist who practiced ritual magic, he conducted a ritual that's called the Amalantrah working, and he made contact with an alien named Lamb. This alien entity that he drew out was the first gray alien that was ever depicted. This magic ritual, it goes all the way back to the Book of Enoch. There were these fallen angels, they called the Watchers, and the Watchers came and they taught man how to use magic. And these entities taught them the Enochian language. Crowley said, okay, well, let's talk to these entities using that Enochian language. And he did that many times. For decades and decades, the government had this internal Pentagon group that said, hey, all this alien activity could be demonic in some way.
And this magnetic pole shift that's already happening.
So we live in Florida on the Panhandle, and this is what we're dealing with right now. It has been snowing for 5 hours straight.
This is the wildest thing I think I've ever experienced.
Wow, it's the beach.
So wild.
Crazy.
So this is really wild because it connects a bunch of things that people have never connected before. So what do you think?
Well, we know HARP's working overtime these days, but aliens leaving the Earth. That's a new theory I haven't heard yet. What would that really mean?
We are going to be fighting Terminators.
For sure.
Like you guys who celebrate this AI and all you fucking nerds who were like, oh, dude, I could just AI this shit. I could just chat GPT my whole fucking life. You're the dumbest people of society. Literally, you can't fucking think. This is the end of time manifesting in front of our eyes. We're going to be fighting fucking Terminators, bro. I'm dead serious. What do you think's going to happen when they start making robotic soldiers? When AI meets robotics, bro, we are done. We are done. Our jobs are done. Our purpose is done. And it's only going to take these machines a little bit of time to figure out that we're just infesting their world and we're going to be done.
Is he talking facts?
I've seen so much stuff that's not real. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's real anymore. It's like, especially when it comes to something that's kind of blurry. It's in the sky, and you got people on the ground. I've seen so many fake ones. You know, there's just so many ones that people have generated. You know, I'm friends with Jeremy Corbell, and Jeremy, I always send him like, what the fuck is this? You know, I'll send some stuff to him. Is this bullshit? And, you know, he's very good at like, we don't really know. I am very suspicious because of this. This is what we know. Like, let me send you some things that I know are not fake, but we still don't know what they are, and see the difference. And so we'll have these long conversations and text message or phone calls about stuff like that. But no one seems to be able. There's not like one person you can go to. I mean, you have your people that are dismissing everything. I think it's just hobbyists and crazy people. But if they're not giving off signatures like that are standard with these normal drones, like these heat signatures, and they're able to stay in the sky for hours and hours at a time, just that alone points to, at least if it's not our adversaries, if it's domestic, superior technology that we're not even aware of right now. I mean, how are they staying in the sky for 5 hours? Like, what is if you got like a top of the food chain drone, and who is it that is explaining to us the issue with why China has superior drone technology? It has something to do with the FAA. Was it Andreessen? Well, someone was explaining the reason why most of these like high-end, it might have actually been a green room conversation.
Yeah, I sort of remember what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so that the FAA and the rules and regulations have sort of stifled the development and the improvement of these domestic drones.
Yeah.
And so most of the hobbyist drones are coming from China. And China, if you haven't seen, has fucking incredible displays of drones.
Yeah,
where they do like a dragon in the sky. It's amazing. And it is because of regulations. It's because of the FAA dragging their heels, being incompetent, or at least being overwhelmed, where this has not been able to progress domestically the way it's been able to do in China. And so that alone seems like a giant security threat. The fact that China has had just full integration with the government and been able to have this technological innovation that allows their drones to be like super powerful. Like what they're able to do with these displays in the sky, unbelievable. Like really wild stuff to see. That seems like many, many leaps above what we can do.
Is there a reason that we're not being able to access that innovation in the Western world? Like, are they going to use these so-called shows as fake invasions or something like this? And this is what's on my mind. And we've seen these holograms and stuff, but we would be seeing it as entertainment if they weren't going to use it nefariously, I believe.
Wow, so your brain doesn't really know the difference between, say that again?
Between something that happened in real life or something that you strongly visualize.
So you could create enough of a visualization for yourself if you really were to powerfully start to focus on it and do that and build that ability to visualize something that your brain at one point would have to think it's so true that the world would meet you and put it into your life.
I love the way you put that.
Wow.
Remember that. Everyone remember that.
Is it possible for maybe somebody like me or a regular person to disappear from the grid?
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's not as hard as you might think. It's not convenient. Again, convenience and security. You can disappear tomorrow, right? I can walk you through 3 steps right now that's going to help you disappear tomorrow. But none of them are convenient. They're all extremely secure, right? The first thing you do is every piece of digital technology you have that is connected to you in any way is now dead. You just let the battery run out.
Forever.
You never touch it again, starting at this moment. What you have to do is go out and acquire a new one. Realistically, you will not be able to acquire a new one in the United States by buying it, because to do so, you would tie it to your credit card, you would tie it to a location, a time, a place, a registered name, whatever else. So you would have to acquire it essentially by theft or through the black market. So you would want something because you're going to need the advantage of technology without it being in your name.
I thought we were getting some gems, but basically his advice is destroy your laptop, steal someone else's. I don't condone this message.
I do think that Trump is going to be the one to collapse the old system. So his basically mission for this lifetime is the bringer of chaos. So that's his mission. That is what he is here to do, is to bring and create and cause chaos. That's what we need right now. We don't need someone saying, oh, don't worry about the government. We've got it all figured out. Live your life. Like, we'll figure it out for you. We need someone that causes and creates so much confusion, so much chaos, that it leads people to one thing, which is questioning. We need people to be questioning everything right now. And we also need the systems that have been in place that do not serve the collective. We need those to collapse.
It's an interesting theory, but the overall message is good. We do need to question everything. I don't like the idea of the chaos.
Everybody has been talking about this thing where apparently people are saying there is evidence that the elites are having parties where these people are eating mermaids.
Huh?
Yeah. Mermaids. Okay. There's a couple of people that came out online that were basically saying they attended a couple of Hollywood parties, and some of them said they would be super surprised about some of the things they would see, because I guess this one dude and some girl recently came out too saying pretty much the similar story that he said. But this guy came out and said that he went to this Hollywood party and he was there. It was like one of his first times there. And these motherfuckers serving mermaids. And then the craziest part is he ends up going to like the kitchen. He goes into like this cooler that was like really big in the kitchen. He said he opened up the cooler and there was some more like there.
Frozen.
And some of them, were still moving.
What the f?
Like they just got done being, like they just got put in there. And then this girl had a pretty similar story where she said same thing of like these elites are eating these things and it's like a delicacy to these motherfuckers at this party. This is what I thought was super interesting about this. What if they're not actually talking about mermaids and it's code word? They're actually talking about kids. And when they're saying mermaids, everything that they were saying, replace mermaid with kid. They were eating kids at this party like it was normal. The guy goes to the kitchen to get some air, and he goes inside the
kids
pool.
in the
There was
freezer.
kids inside the freezer, and some of them were still alive.
Dude, what if you're right? What if they
What
are
if it's keyword for
a kid?
like it's code word for kids?
This mermaid thing's kind of getting out of hand, but that's an interesting take. That maybe it's got out of hand on purpose. They want us to be talking like that to kind of steer us away from the whole idea of what these elite parties were kind of led to be believed to be from the Diddy stuff. Or it's just a crazy story that got a few views and other people are just creating stories from it. You don't know anymore these days, but we're here questioning anyway. All right, okay. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.